the D75 seats. We have our treasurer, our secretary, an IEP rep, Bronxborough president, representative. We have two. I will do a family feud. I wish I could do a family feud introduction, but it is too many of us to do that. But we're here together, and we're just here to give all the information that's needed for all our parents in District 10. So I'm so happy to greet you. There is interpretation here for those who are in person. So if you need interpretation services, I believe they are in the back, I believe. If not, I'm gonna just go ahead with roll call. Emma Alana, Angie D'Souza, Irene Moniz, Yenisa Estrella, Erica Gonzalez, Michelle Hayes is absent, but she's online, or excused, let me say that. I correct myself, she is excused. Renita Parsons is present. Amy Inside. Daremo Vasquez. Present, okay. Maria Villalobos, not yet, and Catherine Wheeler. Present. So there's three late today, that's okay. I know we're all the way up in the woods. I would say we're on top of God's head today. We're not behind in the back, we're on top of his head. And just moving forward, I want to introduce PS 81 principal, and any presentations we have today that says, please clap your hands. Let's make a warm welcome. She's holding it down on the top of God's head. Oh, yeah, we're in the woods. This is far out. Thank you, principal. Corinne.
Good evening. This is Virginia. Good evening. I think it's such a joy to welcome the CEC board and all the esteemed members of the board, especially in addition to our president, our superintendent, deputy superintendent. This is your first time here, Robert.
As part of the CEC, yes. But my second visit to the
Second visit to school. All right, well, you're very welcome. And we're very fortunate to have our diversity team parents here who are responsible for really building a rich, diverse school here at PS 81, Mary and Diane. And if you have a chance to log on to PS 81 school community, the FaceTime, you have the diversity newsletter there to share with all of this PS 81 community and the entire District 10 as the wonderful things that's happening at PS 81 as a result of these two ladies. And also, we have our two former president, Renee, where is she? Renee and Barbara. They will speak with you momentarily. But the big star is, hi. I was in boarding school in Ireland. I did learn how to play the cello. Can I tell you that I would subject you to play the So we're first going to have a rendition. Would you like to share with us what you're playing?
I'm playing the Johann Sebastian Bach's Courant from Suite Number 2.
Also at our art festival. We're so proud of you. And he's in the accelerated class. It's great. He'll be graduating this year. Moving on to middle school. Thank God. Perform the Westchester Orchestra and many other places as well. We're going to be hearing a lot of in the future. His dad is here with us, and he's Secretary of Music. So we're very fortunate to have some faculty members from his group teaches guitar in our school, after school. So very fortunate to continue that. There's a lot here. So thank you very much for taking time out of your evening to come. It is just such a pleasure. It certainly brings memories for me, but I think I got you. Thank you. So I just would like Diana and Mary to come up to speak about our diversity committee and what we do and how we build a community with this 81 community.
Proud parent of a first and third grader here at PS 81, and I am actually a graduate of PS 81 myself. So, I'm not going to tell you how many years ago. And I'm also co-chair of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee with
Marietta and Mary Crawford. I am the co-chair, as Diana mentioned. I have a first grader, although I always say kindergarten because he's my baby and he's always going to be my baby, but he's a first grader. And it really has been an amazing journey for us to be, doing being part of the diversity inclusion committee. One of our main projects that we've worked on this far has been our newsletter. And our goal with the newsletter is to always reflect the lens of this amazing community at PS 81, whether it's showing the different traditions, cultures, abilities, reflecting the reflections of families and what is going on in the local community. So it is something that we are so excited to share, as far as also giving our parents a peek and our families a peek into what's going on in the classroom in regards to diversity and inclusion initiatives, and being a liaison in any way that we can to make it easy for families to know all of the amazing efforts that have been going on in PS 81.
Yes, it's not lost on us that we're very fortunate to be able to come to Ms. Crane's coffee with the principal and to get into the school, and we know that's not a reality for all parents. So one of our goals with the newsletter is to really create a bridge and give parents the opportunity to see what their children are doing inside this amazing place. And then also give parents a chance and families a chance to see themselves reflected in the newsletter. So we have links to all the upcoming events that our wonderful PA puts together. We have Peek in the Classrooms, as Mary said, but then also events that are going on not only in the school, but in the Bronx at large and in the greater community of New York City. We want parents and families to feel like They're a part of something small here, but also a part of something much greater. And we also include the wonderful work that Mrs. Argento does with the Word of the Month and building just wonderful values, instilling wonderful values in our children. Just a small story. The words of the month are things like respect and inclusion, equality, empathy, and empathy is huge. And there's a tradition here where kindergartners get to decorate their own little headbands at Thanksgiving time. And then they do a parade through the school, and all the upperclassmen get to cheer them on. It's a wonderful tradition. So when my girls were telling me about it, I said, "Oh, did you go and cheer on all the turkeys?" And they said, "Yes, except the quiet turkey." And I said, "Who's the quiet turkey?" And they said, "There's one turkey, one kindergartner who is very sensitive to sound. And so instead of applauding and cheering, everyone to the silence applause." So, and that's what the school is all about, is including everyone, meeting everyone where they are, and just embracing them and teaching our children to do the same thing.
So we're thankful for the opportunity and thankful to be able to be here and share what we're doing with all of you. So thank you.
And also they're involved in some leadership team meetings, some PA meetings, and our school and our school community is very special to all of us. And we really feel that PS81, that, you know, outside, maybe people don't know it, but we really represent so many different nationalities and so many wonderful people from all around the world. And I always tell our kindergarten parents when they register that they should walk into the school being very proud of who they are and know about their history, know if they're from Puerto Rico, that they know that there's so many people from Puerto Rico who contributed so much to the United States and the Dominican Republic and many different countries, from some African countries. So important for children to really identify with themselves, know who they are, and be proud of who they are. And that is what we instill at PS81. And we are a community that could be a utopia for the rest of the world. We love each other. We step up to the plate when something happens. And we all know that there was a little girl who got very sick in kindergarten last year. She was dancing in the classroom on one day, and the next day she was in life support. And it's hard for me to talk about it, but the entire school community stepped up. They did fundraisers for her, and just happy to know that she's home, moving forward. But she was on a breathing tube, feeding tube, and it was just like overnight, a virus. So for that, I'm very grateful to our parents and our school community. And we have our presidents, and we'd just like to say a few words. I know you guys are in time slot, so these two people with the entire PS81 community is responsible for our art program. They raise a lot of funds for us. I call them up, "Barbara, do you have money? Bucks? Do you have?" And we have one action member of the CEC. We're very proud. Stand up.
Thank you, Ms. Green. My name is Renee Wong, and I'm a former PA president of the PS81. And to my left is Barbara Scully Orecchio, one of the current co-presidents. Thank you to the CEC Council for joining us today. Thank you to Superintendent Hernandez for joining us at PS81. I just want to reiterate what you've already heard, is that PS81 is a very special place. First, a big shout out to Diana and Mary, who I think have completely understated what the in terms of inclusion and diversity. And their newsletter is fantastic, but that is only a fraction of what they do. They are a meaningful force of getting parents together. And our role in the Parents Association, I think number one is fundraising is a part of it, but that's not number one. The number one is community building and bringing the parents to the table and seeing that they have a place to be an active member and volunteer with the school. So one of the things that I think we're most proud of is creating volunteer opportunities for parents in their capacity. And fortunately, we've run some very successful events. We've had very large events, our Halloween event, and I think we had over 600 children here in the trunk or treat in our yard. I'm incredibly proud of Nina Velasquez, who has run for over 25 years the student show. And that has been a fantastic opportunity for our children, especially our youngest children who don't have other opportunities to be a part of the stage. So we do have a number of talented students, and it's excellent to be a part of that. PS 81's staff, administrators, the teachers, they bring a strong sense of community. Something that I think is so notable about our school is that I see the children at drop off when they walk in the morning, they're greeted by me. And that's something where every child that enters the building, they know that they're seen and they know that they're welcome here. So I of course want to thank Ms. Crane, who has been an excellent source of guidance and support in a volunteer position that was very new to me. And again, thank you all for being here. And I'll hand the mic back to you, Annie. Nope, I'm good.
Here as well, and of course, an integral part of the team is Mrs. Gary, who went home to take care of her baby. So I told her not to come, but she's here. So Mrs. Gary, get up here. She became a homeowner this weekend, right? Last weekend? So thank you. All right, so I welcome you. I'm really very happy for you to be here. Building is always available for you. And thank you for being here to represent the District 10. And we would like to move on to your meeting. Thank you very much.
PSA1, thank you, Principal Green. Thank you for that excellent selection. I want to commend that brave soul to come up here and play in front of strangers. You will never see it again. But I wish he could have told me how to play my little violin that I have all the strings already popped. That I went to up in Bedford many moons ago, where I tried to learn how to play the violin, and I was like, I don't want to learn how to play that anymore. And my father introduced me to playing the drums, so that's what I'm really good at. But it is commendable. I really love to see students showcase their talent, and I hopefully that we will see him in Carnegie Hall or Lincoln Center. That's one of the places I've been and seen, but I don't think we see enough of us there. That's just my little disclosure. But thank you so much, all the parents that came up and also introduced themselves to the community and the CEC board to let us know that you have done an awesome work up here. I congratulate you in this new year, in this new endeavor where we know we have unprecedented events happening, but you are the support and the heart at this school, and I'm so happy that you're here to even tell us of the small little things. I know you have done great things inside of PSA. Thank you so much. We're gonna move right along. In our agenda, we have the the review and the approval of our minutes from our December meeting that we had at PS 246, that's there on the Grand Concourse. And all the council members have received a copy of these calendar minutes. I will quickly just go over at that time. We did present in regards to the SCA capital request, so we did have a presentation for that. And Superintendent Hernandez gave us an update in regards to attendance in District 10. And quickly, we also spoke about what's gonna happen afterwards at the end of 2024 into 2025. So those are just a quick summary of the calendar minutes of December 17, 2024. And if all members had a chance to look at those minutes, please, someone motion that we approve the minutes and make the necessary corrections if necessary.
The meeting minutes for last month, December 2024, calendar meeting and business, with the necessary corrections.
Someone seconds that motion. Thank you, Amy Tsai and Emma Alada. And we would make the necessary corrections if necessary. Thank you so much. Who likes this, the good part now? It's 2025, Happy New Year. If I didn't say that, Happy Lunar New Year to everyone that have the day off tomorrow. Lucky you. I don't have the pleasure of, the year of the snake, I don't have the pleasure, so the snake bit me, that's all right. I get it back. But I do have the pleasure this evening to introduce our superintendent who will give us an update for 2025 and the outlook of District 10. I hereby introduce to some and present to all of you our superintendent, Roberto.
Oh, thank you. Here. Testing. All right, so wow, what a performance. Let's give it up for our school these things in our district 10 schools. So looking forward to seeing where he's going to get accepted to, so he can continue on working on his craft. I want to start off by thanking first Principal Ann Karen. You know, I really appreciate both of us. Also want to thank our parent coordinator, Velasquez, and PS 81 Parents Association for their donuts. And Diane, you know, I read your newsletter, and you know, I just want to commend you for celebrating student voice. Items that were displayed within the newsletter, and all the information, so much information that was presented in the newsletter for a single person. But just really celebrate students' work and students' voice at all different grades. It's just really commendable. So I just want to thank you guys for that. The effort that you also put into doing that to celebrate the kids of the PS 81. And finally, I want to acknowledge that PS 81 is celebrating their 100 years of service to the community. I just want to acknowledge that. So as we get into our presentation, are we good? Yes. You're good to go. In our District 10 fashion, just really focusing in our presentation around our 4 C's: compliance, celebration, coherence, and collaboration. And we have A there because attendance matters every single day, so we want to make sure we lift up attendance. Just want to start with that format and begin with our movie, which is what we do here with 5010, and how are you feeling? So I ask folks who are joining us at home, welcome to being here on Community District 10 throughout Northwest Bronx, or if we use the chat and anyone here who would like to participate in the movie there, just let us know where you are. So, I don't know if anyone have the monitoring chat. All right.
So walk through it next week, right? Oh, my bad. Sorry, I was gone.
Had a really great day.
Deputy Superintendent, Mitchell, of course, thank you very much for celebrating. All right. I'm feeling fulfilled, green. Not only just for being here, community with all of you, but also our principals visited different communities in District 10, looking at really promising practices. So it was a fun day of learning for our school leaders. They're really looking at how we can best service our community, our teachers, our students. They have an amazing education. So today was a really great day. Different schools throughout. So really fulfilled. I would also say great for all the principals who are here in the 10. So for those of the principals that are watching, thank you very much. I truly appreciate you guys. I appreciate you too. So to acknowledge.
Nice.
All right. Our executive director. I actually want to add to your word. So the word that I want to add to I just want to add, I think this is word for this month in January. Just really have open people, open kindness, open who we are as human beings, and hope for our kids and families in District 10. So I just want to kind of add that to the word for the month, and I hope that you can share that with your kids as well. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. So some staff updates. Congratulations to Corinne. She's our executive director of school support and operations. She was a part of our leadership team. She has retired, so we want to wish her well as we culminate the month. She retired during this, actually January 1st, so then from that point forward, I just want to make sure we acknowledge her. Carmen, hopefully you're on tonight. One last, you don't have to, but if you are, we miss you. Wish you all the best. We also want to welcome our new team member to District 10, and that is our newest District House team member, is Nicole Santiago. Working with our special support team around students with IEPs within our district. So we're glad to have comes to us with extensive experience working with 5 schools. So team, so Nicole, welcome to District 10. So we're going to be collaboration within our district. So first we want to elected officials here, specifically Councilmember Felice, $13 million investment to transform Bathgate Park. So all students and families in the neighborhood will benefit from this investment, especially those with PS 59, PS 159, PS 23, middle school 118, PSNS 3, all in addition to all the community members within that park as well. So thank you to Councilmember Sanchez and our CEC members, so Maria and Angie, you guys are pictured here. Thank you for the support in helping bring together this event for our kids during December, and ensuring that students were receiving holiday gifts, having a good month of celebration in the community at PS Middle School 315. So this is just an example of how the community comes together, working together with our elected officials. So thank you very much for this work and your leadership. So this is an extension to that as well. Here we have a celebration where one of the high schools within the high school district, within actually District 10 came together with PS 360, and the high school students engage in saving up and doing the toy drive themselves, and then they came to provide the young children with their PS 360. Also holiday gifts, so it was a really memorable moment for the high school students. I actually was able to speak to them. It's the first time they ever engaged in such an activity. So these are moments that these high school students will never forget, or be with them and who they are and how they sort of develop their character. So really just a shout out to the Fordham Leadership Academy leadership, and also the students there as well. So our parent coordinators came together for a monthly professional development session, and I think our parent coordinators coming together for a monthly professional development session, celebrating together prior to the break. Thank you to our family leadership coordinator Maria and our family support coordinator Camille. You guys do a wonderful job of bringing everyone together, building their capacity, providing them guidance, and really just creating a strong set of parent coordinators that service each of our schools within District 10. So kudos to you guys and your leadership and the work that you do. And also, of course, to Deputy Superintendent Mitchell, who also present for this event as well. And so was I, so I came here at the tail end to enjoy all the food that they made from all the different cultures that represent our parent coordinators. So here we have our pre-K, our Rosedale pre-K center. So special thanks to Principal Baker, parent coordinator Alina, and all the Rosedale pre-K centers. We have 6 pre-K centers within District 10. So shout out to the faculty, the student. I need them to think because they can't hear me. Sorry. Okay. So everyone can hear me. So just shout out to all the pre-K center faculty, staff, and family volunteers for really, again, making this an amazing event and the pre-K toy giveaway for all pre-K center students. We here that we want to place as part of our Chancellor's Works listening tour. We were lucky to be selected as the district where our Chancellor was to come to the Bronx and be able to engage our families. So we just want to play a little video that they put together for us for our meeting here.
All I have to say is I am overwhelmed with gratitude for my Bronx home, for my community, for welcoming me back home. Very, very touched by all the staff, families, and students who came out. So thank you for that. I just want to briefly touch on a couple of things because we are over time and I want to get you all home. Clearly, family empowerment, student empowerment are themes that resonated this evening. And it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to create the structures for it to happen. And this is precisely why we started with these listening sessions. And what I want to say to you all is that this is one step in a very long journey to make sure that you are all at the decision-making tables for yourselves as students and future leaders, and families for when we are making decisions, that you are deeply involved in those decisions that we are making for your children. We know that there's a lot of work to be done. we are not going to solve everything, but we are confident that together we can solve some very historic issues that have persisted in our communities.
And, this moment was really a proud moment for me as a superintendent. We had such a packed house, but more importantly, we had our school leaders, our parent leaders, our entire CEC team was there, our leadership, all our amazing students at different schools that engaged in performances. It was just a really proud event. And, kudos to PS 306 and MS 331 for hosting the event. And just thank you again to every single staff member, parent leader, supporter of District 10 for that evening.
All I have to say is I am overwhelmed with gratitude for my Bronx home, for my community.
All right. So with that as well, I'm honored to present to everyone here within our monthly CEC meeting, our big Apple recipient, Mr. Basa from Middle School 244, and I believe we'll have a video to play for him.
My name is Hussein Fassa. I'm a math teacher.
Mr. Fassa has brought a spirit of service to the MS-244 community. He's been an integral part of our math department, of our technology initiatives. He has also been instrumental in working with our students, their parents, and really being a team player. Since he's been here, it's been about engaging student in his passion, which is math. He loves math, and he gets students to love it just as much as he does.
So you're going to design several shapes. You're going to design square hearts.
Professionally, I think that he teaches really well. Like his pedagogy and his approaches to teaching and to learning, I think are really great.
He just opened so many doors for me. Like, he nominates students every year to the Oliver Scholars Program, which is a program that helps you with getting you into independent schools, boarding schools, and he just sees the potential in everyone. He just really wants you to put your best foot forward and produce your best work. And so he did that for me, and I feel like if it wasn't for him nominating me and just trusting me and having that confidence in me that I didn't have at that point, then I wouldn't be where I am now, because he gave me the skill set, but also the confidence to be I can use this in my further education.
It's a real honor being amongst such a tremendous group of people, highlighting the tremendous work that we do in the public school system in New York City. We do some amazing work, and it's really great to be in a fellowship with other teachers who are innovators in their field, who are pushing the envelope. And I just, I look forward to getting together with them and learning from them.
Just a congratulations to Mr. Basa, to 244 community for all that you have done for our kids. And it's just a quick shout out. This is a representation of what we have here. So just want to applaud him.
Like prehistoric foods. So with kale.
So continuing on, we had so many events within the last December into January. So thank you to our parent coordinator Alex for organizing this event here at PS Middle School 95. So this is a cooking event around wellness. So it's always great to be able to find different ways to partner and engage families and students together in the community. So this was just an example of that.
Cutting this I might cut my fingers off, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take my hand.
I think that's cool.
So with kale, real simple. If I just started cutting this I might cut my fingers off, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take.
So we move on to SMS 315, Safe for College Parent Workshop. So this is a continuation of really building capacity within our community and building that capacity with our families around the importance of saving for college. So just kudos to the team there for inviting the team to come out and have this parent workshop for our families. So this is part of the Middle School 331 PS 306 College Awareness Day. So they have their college swag, a couple of new suit, and just really cool, just reminding us of our struggling days of college. We didn't, I guess, depending who you were, if you didn't have too much money, a couple of noodles went a long way. Or in my case, peanut butter and jelly. Yes, and if you needed to taste it any different, you can toast the bread or you didn't toast it. So that's where you go. Yes, cold and hot, correct. So here just, this was a great event at PS Middle School 15. This was a read aloud event, Love for Reading Week. They had this whole celebration around the love for reading. I was able to read a story to kindergarten and first graders. Usually second graders were there as well. So I got introduced as the superintendent, and when I was leaving, one of the students came up to me and tugged my jacket and said, "So you're Superman?" I felt really just special, but I think he just confused the word superintendent with Superman. I believe that he really meant Superman, so I just wanted to share that. So thank you to the community, the families that were there as well for this event. I was so grateful to them as well. So building on our second annual New York City Urban Debate League, over 100 middle school debaters from within District 10. So we had 80 represented, 118, 206, 254, 279, 280, 390, 391, arguing both sides, building that capacity, and they were all focused on this particular question: do the benefits of zoos outweigh the harms? So you take a side, present your side, your claim, use your evidence, and engage in this debate. So we're thankful for City Council member Eric Dinowitz, who secured $45,000 in funding to support our 2 tournaments. So here he's pictured with our students before the tournament started. We have another picture with him here as well. We're also really thankful for our partnership with the New York City Urban Debate League, who created custom materials to support English language learners. In 2014, New York City Urban Debate League and the New York City Department of Education partnered to bring up this curriculum for this event. So we just, again, really excited here for and support. We're really grateful for the support of Councilmember Eric Dinowitz, my staff members who will be here to support the event, and of course all participating schools, and our teacher leader, Valerie Green Thomas, as well. A shout out to her and the work that she's done to help with our debate event as well. So continuing on that, we had our Bronx Spelling Bee. So just really excited about here with, and this is an event that actually engages districts outside of District 10. So we had District 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 collectively engaged in this event. It was held 2 nights. It was our Bronx Borough Spelling Bee with 50 schools represented throughout all of the districts within the Bronx. Each school was allowed 2 students that won their internal school spelling bee contest. Families with packed auditorium representing all different schools throughout the Bronx for a collective event. And a shout out to our very own Stan for being the MC for this event. We volunteered his time for District 10. Of course, we volunteer our time as a District 10, so I just have to shout out my team because we represented the entire Bronx, but we were making sure that the kids had an MC for this event, as you see them pictured here to the right. So Community School District 10 had 12 schools compete, 3 students from 10X 45, 10X 207, 10X 342. Named the top 9, and we will move on to the city finals. So congratulations to our D10 students. So this is the time of year, and this is our 3rd annual event around personalized instruction for engagement with iReady. It's a competition that we are engaging and pushing our students to really engaging. So this is starting from February 24th until April 4th, right before testing. Really give those students the opportunity to engage and increase reading access using our tools that we offer the students within each of our schools, as we're an high-ready district. So looking at 30 plus minutes of engagement in reading and math per week, 70% pass rate or higher. Schools will implement this, students engage in different competitions, awards. So I'll give you an example. As we shift over here to PS Middle School 280, their iReady challenge here, the administrators, as you can see them all taped up to the wall. This is really cool. You know, I don't really know how they were. You could never take me up to the wall. I think I would need to take the wall apart. Maybe too many for that. But this is just great. We bring kids, community, everyone together, just really engaging everyone. So just thanks, kudos to the middle school, PS Middle School 280 for their iReady challenge. So continuing to the PS Middle School 280 Pajama Read Aloud event. So, you know, I was in attendance for this event last Thursday. It was a pajama night with Read Aloud for the kindergarten to third grade students. This is an annual Title I event that has been a long time tradition at 280. This is the first year they added third grade participants. So I want to just thank publicly our CEC member Amy Shai for inviting me to this event. So I was really excited to be a part of the event. I was able to give kids milk, some cookies, and also a shout out to, I got some additional pictures here, but a shout out to the Howard S. Truman High School Pastry Culinary Program. The students there made over 400 cookies for this event and donated the cookies to the students and families at 280. So again, just shout out to everyone at PSMS 280, to Principal Weeks as well, for his leadership within the community. This was just a great event. And to all the teachers, I have to say that when I just going into every single room, the teachers were so engaged. They made the event so cozy. And while the kids were just listening to stories, and this was around 5:30 or so, the parents were engaged in a technology workshop in the library. So it was a really engaging evening. And well done, well done. So kudos to the community, to the parent who is there as well. We got a lot to share this month. I tell you, lots going on in December and January. It's longer than my usual presentations, but so, you know, PS9 parent engagement activities and workshops. They have various events co-sponsored by the Parents Association at PS9. As you remember, I shared during the holidays, they also made some pianos here. They're having a jewelry making workshop, Zumba classes for parents, time management workshop for parents. So just a lot of good work is happening at PS9 and their parents and their team. So just kudos to the team and the Parents Association at PS9. So again, this is our PS Middle School 20 Family Engagement event. So here, our parent team members coming together to celebrate students. The monthly Student of the Month breakfast celebration, which begins through October, goes all the way to December, looking at academic, looking at attendance, just really supporting our students in all they do, just making sure they come to school every day, but also this is, as you recall, this is just another event where they were providing the students some gifts for achieving proficiency within the New York State math and ELA scores as well, and certificates and medals, all sponsored and supported by the Parents Association and partners with the school. So some additional events at PS205 celebration. So we have our toy giveaway, a food pantry, a senior center event where our young scholars went to visit our seniors and just celebrate with them during the holidays, as many of them can be alone during that time. So it's really nice to have our young scholars be able to engage with our seniors within our community. So IS 254, family events and activities. So shout out to Principal Campbell and his team here for just family meet sit food pantry event. So, you know, just an array of just folks here. You can see it in the packed house. And really great to see them all come together and support the community. And finally, we have here Fordham University women's basketball game. So there are different districts represented here. You know, kudos to all our kids who got an event to go and see the girls play at Fordham University. So women's basketball, really competitive. It's always great when the local colleges open up their doors so our kids can see what happens there. They don't just walk outside by the universities and colleges, but they can be a part of it as well. So, as you know, this is a new term of concern, and we engage in a professional development for our principals around the existing protocols for our local law enforcement actions around New York City public schools to support immigration enforcement actions. So ensuring that my staff in my district and under the principal's leadership, all staff members know exactly how to address any issues if individuals from the federal law enforcement agency or state officials come in regards to ICE. So we wanted to make sure that in December we were building the capacity for our school leaders and our staff members around the protocols. So this is just an example of the documentation that we provided. I want to make sure that we share with the community within District 10 that we've been building that capacity. We also have our communication lines open and supporting all schools and making sure that everyone is supported, our families are supported moving forward with this unfortunate set of events. And in addition to that, Project Open Arms is part of the Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs is offering our district in person, all virtual Know Your Rights training sessions. So we are going to curate a list of dates and different schools within District 10. I believe we have probably going to be maybe 10 to 15 different sessions, but as soon as I get those sessions and locations, they're going to be a combination of in-person or virtual, and we will share that with all parent coordinators, or parent association presidents, or constituents, or school leaders within our community so that they have that available. So this is an opportunity to engage with additional Q&A and any updated policies as well. Because as we speak, policies are being updated. So we need to make sure that we have the most current information to support our community. So as I say every month, and I will continue to say every single day, it's really important. Attendance counts. Being in school every day matters. So just to share the attendance data for Community School District 10. So year to date, we're at 90.8% compared to the Bronx as a whole. It's 89.20% compared to New York City Public Schools, it's 90.10%. So, you know, we're happy to see that we're leading the pack there. Year-to-date chronic absenteeism is 33.40%. We want that lower. A lower number is a better number. So we're continuing to strive toward that. And the only way to get that number lower is coming to school every single day. But compare that to the Bronx, they're 36.30, and elementary public schools is 31.30. So it's important that we also dissect and analyze our data so that we go into our subgroups. We look at multilingual learners, and that attendance is 91%. Chronic absenteeism is 33%. Students with IEPs are 89.70%, with 38.20% chronic absenteeism. Students in temporary housing within District 10 is 89.60%. With 38.60% chronic absenteeism. And our female and male students, it's pretty much, you know, close. We have females at 91.10%, 90.60%, with that representing also 32.60, 34.30% in chronic absenteeism. But again, the message to everyone at home, the message to all, you know, our parent leaders who are listening in. You know, I'm always really grateful that our parent leaders are always on each of these meetings. The more that we can spread the message, every day counts. Every day counts. Let's make school engaging. I appreciate, as our parent leaders here at PSC 1 share their meeting with our kids in the morning as well. So everyone greeting everyone to make sure they feel comfortable, all our students feel comfortable when they come in is really important. So I'm happy to continue our support around our students. We did a presentation for our students with IEPs and the services that we offer within our district, and also the professional development that we provide. And so for this evening's presentation, this month's presentation about the services that we provide for our multilingual learner students, I will hand over the presentation to our Deputy Superintendent, Mary Doyle, who will be joining us virtually. Is she on?
She says she can't unmute.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for unmuting me. I'm thrilled to be here with you all this evening. Yes, Superintendent Hernandez was talking about attendance for our Ls. I thought that was a great segue to this portion of the evening where we'll talk about compliance and then instruction for our English language and multilingual learners. And I'm so happy to have this opportunity to do this with you all this evening. So if you take a look first, this slide is really looking at our students who have been designated as English language learners. And if you take a look, we are higher than the Bronx on whole. Our numbers are about 24.3% of our students versus the Bronx in general, which is about 20%. And then the same for our former Ls. That would be students who have scored at the commanding level on the NICESLAT, and we'll talk a little bit about more that in a minute. And our percentage is 6.2% versus the Bronx at 4.9%. And then our students who are duly identified, meaning that they're an English language learner, and they also have an individualized education plan, an IEP. We are coming in at 5.9% of our students, whereas the Bronx is 4.2%. And so essentially what that's saying is that we have a lot of students in our community who are developing English as a new language. And it's a really exciting place to be for our students on their linguistic journey. These students are served in a variety of different programs. The three that are mentioned here are the transitional bilingual programs, and we have 23 of those across Community School District 10, and that would be in Spanish. Transitional bilingual programs, but for special education, for those students who are duly identified, as I just mentioned. We have 11 of those programs. And then dual language, where students are learning to maintain both languages, not transitioning just to English, but maintaining both languages. We have 6 of those programs throughout the district. And any of the students not served in one of those programs would be in an ENL program. That means that they are getting services, supporting them as they develop their English skills, and then they remain with their English-speaking classroom for the duration of the day. So if you look at how we service most of our students, if you see we have our English as a new language program, what I mentioned, that is the vast majority of our students, right? That's 62.3% of our students. Whereas the transitional bilingual program and dual language serve a much smaller percentage of our students, coming in together at about 37%. So a few years ago, we started our mantra as saying that we're all teachers of L's, and this slide is a perfect example of that, because 62% of our students are only receiving support from their classroom teachers and content teachers, of course, and their English as a new language teacher. They're not being serviced in a bilingual program. So it really supports this notion of we are all, every single one of our teachers is a teacher of English language learners. This slide really just delineates the different proficiency levels. So on the NYSESLAT, that's the test of English language progress that students who are identified as English language learners take every spring. There are 5 levels where students can score: entering, emerging, transitioning, expanding, and commanding. So entering and emerging are really your beginners. Those are your new students to the language, and they're early on in their linguistic journey. For those students who are transitioning, that means they're making the transition, right? They're transitioning over to having a larger command of English, and that largely has a lot to do with them beginning to gain more familiarity with academic language, all that academic vocabulary that students need to be successful. And then the last 2 levels, one is expanding, and that's really a student who is well on their way on their linguistic journey and towards native-like fluency. And I say that laughing a little bit because we know that for elementary school students, where I've spent my entire career, there are no fluent speakers of English in elementary school, because all students in elementary school are on their linguistic journey. Nonetheless, expanding students are reaching native-like fluency in English. And the last group that's not here, that's showing students who have tested out. They've scored at commanding, which is the highest level. So if you look, we really have a pretty fair distribution across the 4 proficiency levels that are noted here. So that means that our students are fairly evenly distributed. If you take a look, it's also noted by grade, right? So if you see that for entering students, that's students who, again, are early on in their linguistic journey, it's very heavy in kindergarten, which makes a lot of sense, because those are students who are just beginning to have exposure to the English language, be it because they're a new arrival to the United States, or because they're new to the language, because they're just starting their academic journey. Just in terms of some policy updates that you should be aware of, there's an amazing tool called the EDAT that every school receives, and this school really gives this data point, this tool really gives school-based staff, administrators, and teachers lots of information about where their students are performing relative to the NYSESLAT, and it really is a tool that can be used by schools to make some good data-based decisions on how they can best support their students. The other one that's noted here is just the catalog of policy topics. Superintendent Hernandez had mentioned the importance of all of the professional learning that we provide. And so these are just some of the examples of policy-based professional learning that happens across the winter going into the spring. All of our schools get different kinds of policy support. So all schools have access to that calendar of professional learning that I just referenced, and they also receive this monthly EATR, which gives updates for schools, just to really be able to reference, again, so that they can make strong decisions at the school. Targeted support is really policy support meetings where Karina Tejera, who's on our team, works with school leadership to really look at specific metrics to make sure that students are receiving the services that they're supposed to receive. And if there are issues that arise, Karina's role is really there to support the schools to kind of, be able to deal with those issues as they arise as soon as possible. And again, she posts ongoing policy metrics and continues to share that data so that schools can stay on top of it. And now the most exciting slide, to me at least, the ways that we support our schools around instruction. And so we'll take a look at the left side first that really looks at all schools. So every single one of our schools participates in our year-long focus on the implementation of discussion protocols through our work with the researcher, Kate Kinsella. We're really excited about that. We kicked off strong in September, and each month, including just a couple of days ago, we had a session where they're looking at different discourse protocols that teachers can use in the classroom to really support, again, English language learners, but really all of our students. We also had tremendous training day on the election day, where we had 700 teachers across the district that were receiving all kinds of training around into reading, and that included a focus on small group instruction, targeted support for English language learners, and we're continuing to do ongoing training and coaching of teachers. And we also had and continue to have training with the program Arriba la Lectura, which is the Spanish component for our TBE and dual language classes from Into Reading. And on the other side, we have some targeted school support. So we do instructional visits where we have members of our team going in and looking at different classroom practices to see how we can support them in improving practices. The goal is always to improve practices. And then we have some additional support with our team, our MESAs. Those are our multilingual and English language service administrators, going in to support specific schools around specific needs that they may have. And finally, we have our thinking map training. So as you may know, if you've heard me speak before, thinking maps are 8 visuals that are aligned to 8 cognitive processes. We have 22 of our schools that have already started this training, and we have just received a grant, the LTG grant. So we'll have additional schools that will get training over the next 3 years. And we're really, really excited. I can't contain myself excited to be able to continue that training, because I think it's so incredibly positive for teachers and ultimately students. And so that essentially is the work that we're doing across our district to support our mills and Ls. And we are really excited to see the fruits of that labor through our MOI data, our middle of year data, and of course throughout the rest of the school year. And thank you for the opportunity to being able to share this with you this evening.
Thank you very much. So I think before we go to the updates, reminders, and announcements, I think you take a pause. Any questions? If anyone has questions online, questions at the table. If not, I can keep going. I do have a couple more just updates, reminders, and announcements. Okay, so we're gonna keep going with our presentation. So some updates for our community, district and community announcements. So we want to make sure that we're continuing to announce all the good work that we're doing at each of our schools around the New York City Scholarship milestones with the New York City Kids Rise initiative. So just so that we can update everyone here, we have 10,600 District 10 students with New York City scholarship accounts. We can go to the next slide. Including 2,900 who received accounts this month. So kudos to all our schools, our parent coordinators, our PA leaders as well, our families as well. Our students have accumulated $1,195,104 in their New York City scholarship accounts. So again, kudos to the work that's being done. There's still a lot of work to be done, and we're going to continue to push the message, continue to build capacity and awareness so we can support our families with every account. So every single account in our district is activated. and no money is being left on the table for our students in our community. So just as we do every month, just letting everyone know, the Minecraft Battle of the Boroughs continues to remain open, so just wanted to share that. Again, this is also being shared within each of our schools, and our parent coordinators have this information as well. In addition, as a reminder, our 3K, pre-K, kindergarten application is open, and will continue to stay open until February 28th. We will drop this flyer that you see here in the chat as well, so you don't have to take a picture, but if you want to take a picture, that's fine. But we will drop the link into the chat to support our community around the application process. And just a reminder to everyone that our Chancellor Ramos kickoff event for the 2025 CEC elections is happening. This is an opportunity to be a part of the voice within your different communities. So whether you're within District Community 10 or you are a parent who also lives or has a child in a different community as well, it's important to get your voice out, be a part of the change team. As you can see, we have an amazing team here in D10. So you want to emulate this if you're a part of different districts, so just shout out to our team over here. So you can take a picture of this slide as well. This is just, you're going to see these as well. This is sort of the part of celebration around and the awareness around the CEC election. So this should be up displayed within each of our schools within New York City, across the entire city of New York City. So some of the main events coming up, save the date. This Saturday, we have our Arts Festival event. So kudos to Sarah, the team, and everybody who's supporting us to be at Intech, so please. Yes. So if you want to see amazing work, our students are engaging, please join us this Saturday at Intech. And it's going to be a great event. Sarah, what time to start there?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, so make sure you're there early. Our kids are going to be there. Everything's going to be set up. It's going to be a great event showcasing the different talents across our district and all the different types of artwork being displayed for our students. So I can't wait. I'll definitely be there. And also, if you haven't met me yet, this will be a great opportunity to meet me in person as well on Saturday. Looking forward to seeing everyone February 1st at Intech Academy. So just some updates for our district, state, and federal updates for our comprehensive education plan. CEPs have been updated in response to feedback from district team members, and my approval has all the plans is in public view. So I just wanted to make sure that we update and provide this information for our district schools here and our families. All Title I schools must complete the school plan for expenditure. Title I set aside funding and upload those completed spending plans in iPlan. Document must be signed by the principals. Just again, some continuous updates here around our district and state federal updates. And finally, please continue to organize documents for Title I SLT meetings. So this is a new process this year within City Public Schools, and we have been supporting each of our schools around the designee within our SLTs to ensure that they have the documentation. This is something that we are doing as a district. It's not something that someone had access from the central team to do. So we have identified a point person in every school, and we are not only supporting them with what has to be done, but also the quality of documentation as well. So it is very important that the SLT use the monthly calendar to create agenda items. Again, constantly building capacity within our team as we model the DLT is what should be done within the SLT as well. A good explicit instructional strategy for our communities when they observe our DLT structure. So ongoing monthly partnership and collaboration with Morningside. We've been having some pretty good attendance around those presentations. So just, again, this is the workshops that are coming up. Our next workshop will be February 5th, 2025, Understanding the Adolescent Brain. So just preview to that, looking forward to having all our family members and parents and community members attend this virtual workshop sponsored by the Morningside partners. This is just a link to all our DPAC Title I meetings. And here we have our CEC, obviously, January meeting is here today, so we can move on to that. Our upcoming CEC meetings, we're chipping away there. February 25th, 2025, it's our next meeting. Our President Council meetings here. And as a reminder, PEs and PTAs, principals, the interim financial report reminder is due January 31st, 2025. Our DLT monthly meetings, our next meeting is February 6th. And of course, again, this is our Arts Festival. What a lovely flyer we have here. February 1st from 9 to 2 p.m. So really looking forward to having a great event this weekend. So community activity updates are, again, this is just a list of our Arts Festival, our Math Tournament, our Science Fair, our CST Literacy, Community School District 10 Literacy Fair. So as we said, we were having a literacy fair, so that's going to happen May 17th. It's going to be from 9 to 12. And location is going to be at 10X246. So we are already planning for that event. It's going to be a great event. We're looking forward to having everyone join us for that event. So that's a new update on the calendar. May 17th, yes. In addition to that, we're going to host a series of District 10 Family and the Science of Reading. So this is going to be a virtual event for a 3-part series. So we're excited. We're going to throw this link in the chat as well so families can have access. So our first session will be Thursday, February 13th from 6:30 to 7:45. Our second session is going to be March 20th, and our final session will be April 10th. So we've been working on this with our team and our partners. We've been curating some resources around the science of reading and the good work that we're doing across our district. So looking forward to having everyone participate within this event so we can provide different resources and activities and games for our families to support learning at home as well. And of course, our Chancellor's Town Hall event is going to happen Monday, February 10th from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And it's going to be at IS 254. That's at 2452 Washington Avenue. This event will be live streamed, but we would love to have you in person. Please encourage all family members to attend. We will have translation at this event, so we are excited to welcome our Chancellor back to Community School District 10 to join us to really just engage in her vision and engage in an opportunity for a Q&A as well within our community. So this concludes the my presentation. Apologies for the length, but we did have a lot of information that we wanted to share with you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Are there any questions or comments for Superintendent Hernandez? Yes, Emma.
You mentioned about the DOT, SLT, Title I documents being uploaded. Is that open also to the public, or is this just a document for school base?
So those are the documents that are at
So during the meeting, those are the documents that, so the agenda and the minutes, so they're being uploaded for public. So that's why we wanted to support them in how to upload those documents. This is the first time that they're actually being uploaded. In addition, there's a progress monitoring document as well that's being done. And just supporting, like a simple thing as in currently our schools use running agenda records with Google Docs, but you can't upload a Google Doc. So as simple as like converting that document to PDF, so that you have to do it by PDF and then upload. So just some technical items, but also quality, because we want to make sure that you understand that this is open to the public view. So we're having some opportunities that we can work on, just sort of take the top, like what do the minutes, what do they look like, and supporting our teams. So this is a lot of new learning this year, and really fascinating for our teams.
One more question on that Title I. Maybe about 4 or 5 years, I was the citywide title for District 10. Is it possible to bring a citywide Title I for the district back again so that everybody here can understand at the same time? Because when I go to some of these meetings, one of the most important things that parents talk about is Title I and Title I funding. And I used to do that at the Roosevelt. The other question is, we talked about the family and science reading on February 13th. I don't see a QR code. How do you register for that?
So we have the link there, but if we need to add a QR code, we can do that. So Mary's and my team members are online, but I believe that there is a link with the Zoom, but we'll update the community and make sure that everyone gets access to that. We definitely want to make sure that everyone has access to this event. I think Mary's on right here.
Yeah. You can't get rid of me. So on the 13th, we don't have a registration. The QR code that's on the flyer is to join the Zoom link in case someone needs to join from their phone. There's also where it says join virtually, that goes directly to the link. So we would encourage you to share broadly as you can, because we would love to have as many folks on as possible. But it's not a registration. We just want everyone to come.
Thank you very much. Just thank you for the water.
Any more questions for Superintendent Hernandez?
Really quick, I put it into the chat.
What you said?
Yeah, what's the difference between the citywide ed councils and the community ed councils? Kind of related to the position and.
In the CEC elections.
Yeah.
I'll let my niece.
These two are the Bronxborough president appointees, and they're more savvy than I am with citywide, and I could probably piggyback on the CECs.
So good evening, everyone. Yes, me, myself, and Ms. Alana here are borough appointees by the Vanessa Distance Office, but both of us actually are former members of Citywide Council on Education. Ms. Alana, speak for you, but she was on Citywide Council on high schools to represent all the high schools across the city in all 5 boroughs. I think roughly we have like hundreds of high schools across. So it's a big population that needs to be really represented and the voice out to community to make sure that, you know, the students have a smooth transition into the college pathways and, you know, other opportunities. I served on the former council, citywide council for District 75 programs, which is a citywide program for students with special needs, particularly with IEPs and more vulnerable classifications of disabilities. We serve on the capacity of all 5 borough families and students. We serve specifically in those categories, and we, just like here on the Community Education Council, they are geographically located here. They have their concerns here, but on the citywide level, as chancellor advisors, we talk a lot about everything, like the Community Education Council, but also specifically on high schools and special education, English language learners, which also has a council. Special education has a council, and District 75 a council. So it's a larger range that you're representing from the city. Just like this parcel, she's representing District 75 as a parent member here in District 10, but she's also representing District 75 families who also have their children attending school here in this geographic district. So the responsibility is a little bit different. We, citywide, we come up with a report, annual report, that comes up with the concerns and questions that parents may have, and come up with the resolutions that we seek from our family communities to the chancellor, and to report to the chancellor. These are our findings, and we ask for accountability. On the Community Education Council, they do a superintendent evaluation at the end of the school year to ensure that the superintendent is held accountable for what he's providing to the community, just the same. But I would say the chancellor is just as responsible, right, for the school system. So it's every opportunity you have. Once you are interested to run, you go to the New York City Schools account, and you will see what you're eligible for, either citywide, on special education, English language learners. If you have a high school student, you'll be eligible to run on a citywide high schools council, and if you have a child who's 75, you'll be able to run on a citywide District 75. Another districts that if you have children attending. Okay, but there's a lot of anything to add. You probably
Yeah, as the citywide high school, you're appointed under the public advocate. And D75, same thing, public advocate. Whereas with the CECs, it's done through the parent body of that district. For the CEC, if you don't have a child, well, in my case, my kids are grown, I'm appointed through the borough president, so there's two different types of applications you can go through. The public advocate and the borough president for the citywide high school, if you would 60 HS, or at the local level, which would be your borough president appointee. They're exactly 12 of us appointed to the Bronx itself. The borough president has 12 representatives within the Bronx itself. And each borough have their own appointees to the borough president. So the public advocate is a little bit different. With the high schools, similar to the CDCs, we have to travel. So we can go anywhere from Staten Island to the northern part of the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. Other than that, it's pretty clear, and we're trying to encourage everyone to run for a seat on a council so that your voice is heard. You don't only represent your child, you represent the district as well. Oh, and we're under 2590, which is state regulation for the CEC at the community level.
It's going to say something.
Sí, buenas noches a todos. Sí, quería referirme al tema de título 1, como lo publiqué con el informe financiero de las actividades que vayan a realizar. Hoy precisamente, ayer y hoy estábamos hablando en el programa de 40 de los reportes que se deben hacer, y se estarán, tanto los padres podrán observar en línea qué se hizo de la actividad, cuál fue el resultado, como también las autoridades. Y creo que eso es transparentar también esa actividad.
Thank you, Erica.
Hi, so this is Jasmine from Guillermo. He's touching on the point for Title I where all the paperwork, the reports are going into the iPlan portal. So I'm not good talking slow. So he's saying that that it's good that this, actually they were touching in that point. He's from 340, PS 340. They were touching on that point yesterday and today that they were doing that. So that way he knows, and also, Guillermo is saying that for feedback, that he thinks it is very good that this is happening, so that way, the parents can view everything that is going on in their schools, and is mostly for transparency, and thank you.
And we just put up this slide with a lot of, just a summary of what was presented from our CEC members. So if anyone at home wants to take a quick picture of the slides as well. So if you want to just take a screenshot, well done, guys. And it was dropped in the chat as well.
Okay, thank you for the question.
Yeah, I have a question first. So it's a three-part question. One, you got the answers, come on, you got today. You got hope, so Deputy Superintendent mentioned about the dual language for English language learners. That is that specifically, because I know we have a high rate of students who are Spanish speaking, but we also have students that speak other languages to their native tongue. So the dual languages and the staff for it is there other languages that support it other than just Spanish?
Yes. So the question development is, so we're looking at language acquisition for all students, but just to give you a number, we have 6,399 students who are considered multi-English language learners. Of those 6,399 students, we have 5,917 that are Spanish-speaking multilingual learners. For our remaining students, it's our strategies are for all our students, and we support all our students, but that's why we also mentioned about our additional programs specifically geared to Spanish-speaking students, our bilingual programs, because of the amount of students, and we have the most students within all of the districts within the Bronx. I don't know, Mary, if you wanted to add anything as well? Are you good? Okay.
I know that we are very culturally responsive around this district for years. So I know there was the diversity that we want to build with the multicultural around teachers and paraprofessionals in school, aides in school, where are we at to make sure that diversity is really covered and to reflect the students that are in the district so that they don't see themselves alone. And then the last question is, this is, I guess it's like a curious question because my own children had asked, is Spanish the only language in middle school that's being taught? Because they would like other languages. I know that it occurs in high school, especially in Manhattan, but here in the Bronx, when it comes from middle school to high school, a lot of times Spanish is the only language that they're being taught in class, even for the fluent students who speak Spanish already, who would like to learn French or Mandarin or Italian, something that they can utilize as they travel to other countries, seek other cultures. So just curious if there is already something, and if not, let's promote more and hire more diverse staff to support language access.
Absolutely, I think that's something that we're striving to do as a district. Our schools, when they can offer the course of different languages, they do offer clubs, in which they also give students those opportunities. But in addition to that, we also have schools that participate in there's some virtual opportunities as well with language. But we can definitely get that number of the actual classes. But we do have schools that offer clubs as well, cultural clubs that offer opportunities for students to learn different languages, but we can get that data for you. And when it comes to the hiring, I think this is something that's been a long-standing within District 10. We want to make sure that students are represented and seen as well, and those that support them within the community. And at the same time, we also want to make sure that we are welcoming to the best potential candidates, because teaching is extremely complex. It is so difficult, it's hard, and we wanted to make sure that we are bringing in a diverse group of teachers into and staff members into our community and building their capacity so that they remain in District 10 and they don't leave outside our district.
Thank you so much. The time is 8:17 p.m. Thank you, Superintendent Hernandez. Thank you for that question. The gentleman had asked, what is the difference between citywide and CEC councils? Please, parents, parent coordinators, principal, please type our family's interest in this type of field and joining the election, even if it's just to vote, as we have voted in our previous political elections. It is so important that when you advocate for your child, that your voice is heard, that your voice is not heard through mumbles and grumbles behind people's back, but you actually have a voice. I would also want to emphasize that as other families who are inquiring in regards to people gonna see that I'm a citizen or not. That information is not privy. We just need parents to advocate for their child. This is not about you, it's about your children in the district. So please, ma'am and sir, please sign into your Liska account or ask your parent coordinator for more information about the CEC elections. I would hope to see not only the council members here present be a part, but we would like to have other voices be heard, and not only in big forums, but it's in these quiet moments, or I would say intimate moments, that most of the work is done. So this work is very rewarding after a time, and once you participate, you will understand more. Thank you so much, Superintendent Hernandez. Thank you for all that information. Yes.
It's at the next CEC meeting, yes. So we will have a training, I believe Freddie is joining us. He's one of our senior budget director. We have 2 budget directors, and we're going to co-facilitate a presentation at our next CEC meeting around funding and our fair student funding budget presentation. So that'll be our upcoming CEC meeting, February 25th.
25, like those numbers. Thank you so much. As I said, it is 8:20 p.m. I'm quickly going into my report. I know we are overwhelmed. The month of January was overwhelming, to say. And I went to several meetings in the district. I will say quickly with some of my council members, we went to a meeting on January 6th with the UFT president in Manhattan. There was another D75, there was plenty of D75 information. YCP, Summer Yummy, is now open for all teenagers, ages 14 to 24. Yeah, I call it Summer Yummy. That's what the kids call it. Please have your children sign up. Do not wait for the last minute. This is money and a routine. It is get your kids interested and understand why earning money is rewarding instead of them begging us all the time during the summer. And it will build an accountability and responsibility for children so that when they go back to school, that they will understand that they could spend their own money. Please don't have them be home all summer doing nothing, sleeping all day, because once September comes in, you gotta build back that routine. So YSCP, the applications are now open. Also, I had so many in District 75 today. It was a lot this month, and I also want to emphasize the town hall with Chancellor Evelyn Ramos, slipped my brain, that we're going to have. Please register. I know us, we like to wait for the last minute to do everything. Please register online. Please also register for the CEC elections. That is also open, so that's your homework. YCP, if you got kids 14 to 24, register for the town hall, register for the CEC elections. You have your homework, those flyers have been sent out to you. Do not put it in the junk folder and leave it there, say you're gonna remember. Trust me, you're not gonna remember. Do it now. If you have your phone, do it now at this moment and just plug it in and say, and it will be in your Google Calendar. Yes, parents have to submit questions in advance. You could do it the day of in person, but we please would like if you register in advance and put those questions and comments so they will be filtered accordingly through the team, through themes, that's the right word. Okay, that's it for me. I have a lot more stuff to say, but those things are more important. Okay, we see Bronxborough President, I'm going to see this. Yes. You can say it.
Yes, I'm done. That's the end of my report. Thank you so much.
My report is too long because I was all over the place and sick in between, but I will say next Tuesday, I will be going up to the state capitol on behalf of the Educational Council, on behalf of the other groups that I belong to fight some of the bills that we need to have passed. I believe my housing group went up today, so it's a lot of stuff that's happening. As I always use the statement, get on the bus, and I don't think it's true. All I tell parents to do is get on the bus. As a borough appointee, we also get information from the borough appointee's office on Tuesday, February 4th. They are having a solidarity day, and that would be at the courthouse at 851 Grand Concourse. I do have flyers for those who need it. The United Federation of Teachers will be holding a workshop on Saturday, May 10th, and then Saturday, May 17th. Those are in person, and at the end of those two, you get a certificate if you attend. And that's at 52 Broadway at the UFT headquarters. And the other one is on February 5th, education budget. And that will, I have flyers for that. That's learn about New York City and New York State education budget. So we're trying to get folks involved with running for a particular position, whether it's the citywide or the CEC. Some of the stuff you're gonna need to know. And thank you to our council folks that showed up for our walkthrough. As our president said, we're looking for the turnout for District 10 as we invite our chancellor, our new chancellor to our town hall. Through the walkthrough, we were able to see the seating, the classrooms, the auditorium, the library. We're looking for about 400 to 500 parents. We also have flyers out. At our last check-in, we talked about bringing in resources. So we're trying to get everyone, as they say, all hands on deck. It will be at MS 254, and the entire staff at the school, as well as the school leadership team, the school PTA as well as the student body will be there to help. What we're going to do is we're asking everyone to register because of the impact and the crowd. There will also be a QR code that you have to scan to come into the building because of security purposes. But we're encouraging everyone to come out. And maybe in February, I'll update a little other stuff that I do. But one last thing is my group that met on Saturday, we're trying to save that Kingbridge Armory, which is the largest armory in the nation. We will have a meeting next Thursday, next Thursday, and it will be online to hear exactly what's going to happen in the Kingbridge Armory, and I'll give that to the different schools throughout AA so that they can send it out. Once again, that building sat dormant for 30 years, and we need to save our armory. Thank you.
Chairperson. Any other members of the council would like to share their report? Ms. Hill.
Hello, can you hear me? So I'm Erica Gonzalez, I am the representative from the Education Consultant. I will start with December, was working with the FDNY to bring workshops on fire safety because we think that these times are very, the fires will usually go up because of matters at another peak or because you know, of the holidays, so people like to cook and all of that. So a lot of fires happen. So I brought those workshops to the schools that I liaison. I brought some parents to the police plaza, which is in Manhattan. Families with IEP students to receive gifts. I went to the UFT dinner on the 20th. Also, on the 21st, we went to give away a WeWork, which is in Manhattan. That was specifically for, I gave information to parents, to families who are survivors of domestic violence. So that organization is very good with that. So we provide resources for them. I went to a K-State breakfast. It's not part of CEC, but I do mention it because the chancellor was there. And we were part of the parade, the K-State parade from El Museo del Barrio. And I was very excited and touched to see a lot of children not only participate in the parade, but also around from where the Museo del Barrio is all the way to 116th Street. It was really nice because the parents were and the kids were on the sidewalks and they were like saying hi and they were saying hi to them. And it was really nice because they were so excited and we see the joy in their faces. They didn't see some of them received presents, but those children were just there saying hi. And it was really nice. We had the meeting with UFT on the 6th, and then for the Beyond Access series for families with IEP on the 7th, and I went to the High School Federation and to the Mayor's State of Address, which was in Harlem. We have working as the IEP representative with UFT to provide workshops. We had one on Saturday, January 11th, where we gave by donating some toys for the children, and that workshop was reading the IEP, like certain pages to the parents, so that way they could get accustomed to what the pages, which pages, of course, all of them are important, but to which pages to look at and where the items are there. For example, page 4, item 3, this is what it means. And translating that to them, basically on the right. But I did this in school 85, and I'm very happy because they're getting an upgraded auditorium. And when I mean upgraded, I mean the whole floors. The floors are going to be ripped out, they're going to get new chairs. The curtains are great, they said that they didn't need curtains. And then the stage, they have a great stage. And then the projector, everything is great, but I'm amazed and I'm feeling that I want to see when is the project going to end. I told them to give me like a date of when the project will start and what the project will end. And they are also getting a new playground, which is very exciting. The playground is only for the pre-K and the kindergartners, which is on the side, the left side of the actual school, which is pretty great. I'm really happy for them. And they were like, we're gonna get this. It is very exciting to work with schools. I'll just end. I have more things, but I'll end with that. That is very great to be a liaison with the schools because you work with them. And to me, I've been working with them for a few years, and it's really great because they're from the community and they know, and they say, well, when you came here, we didn't have this, and looking for the resources that sometimes the principal wants to bring, right? Or the teacher wants to bring, but they don't know how to, right? And then us as liaisons, we can say, oh, this organization has it, this cultural council member go to the resume, so that helps a lot. And I'll end with that. Thank you.
Thank you. We have one more. I just want to quickly add before we go to one more council member. I want to applaud to Principal Lee, Principal Campo, if he's still on there. I think I saw Principal Nicholas. I think I saw Flo in there. I want to thank you so much for helping me and the council with the SCA capital request. We had over 108 requests. Ow. And I think you overwhelmed SCA. Ow. So let's continue to bombard them and let them know, yes, you have overlooked us, and this is what happens when we get overlooked for 2025. We're gonna just dump it all on your one smacking moment. And there will be a resubmission at the end of April. I already received 2 of those resubmissions from our public schools in District 10. Just keep on bringing them in, and we will send in another report at that time frame. Any council members who supported in those SCA requests by hitting up your principals or whoever it is to send them in a timely manner, because it is needed, and we are touching, kissing 2030, and our schools look like, and that's unacceptable to me and the council members. We need to do way better. And if the city is upgrading, our schools need to upgrade as well. We should not be sitting in the dust, and our facilities should be welcoming so that kids will be in school, so and then we will have the necessary facilities to accommodate all the interests our students need in the district. We have one more council member, and we're going to break right after that council.
I'm just going to give some information. I'm not going to give you the full report. Next month is coming, so you'll live under the weather. So Melissa is on the line, and she with the Commissioner of Human Rights. And if you need any information, or if you want to bring it to your school, the information is on the chat. I also have shared from different organizations, even within the organization, that supports the community with workshops now with the space, and I will continue sharing those workshops with District 10. And it's going to be it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Quickly, I want to piggyback off of what Council Member Yanni said. As Estrella mentioned, there is, we quickly just transitioning into our public comments. There is someone online in the chat. She dropped her information in regards to human rights. Her name is Samaris Lopez, and if she's still online, let's see. Yes, she's still online. If she could just quickly at this point, thank you, council members for your information and what you have done in District 10 this month. But I want to quickly, if she could just speak in regards to the human rights and information that you need. Ms. Lopez.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Amelis, and I'm an associate human rights specialist with the New York City Commission on Human Rights. I happen to be based out of the Bronx Commission on Human Rights office. So our mission as an agency is to empower New Yorkers to report discrimination to the city in the 5 boroughs of New York based on things like discrimination connected to age, race, immigration status, gender, sexual orientation. If you have a voucher to pay the rent and you're being denied an apartment because you have a voucher, those are all examples of things that you can report to the Commission on Human Rights. So I wanted to have this space to basically let people know that we're in the community, because not a lot of people know that we exist as an agency and that there's a dedicated agency that exists to protect people's human rights in the 5 boroughs. So please spread the word about us. Let people know that if they would like a formal workshop, that collectively at the Commission on Human Rights, we speak more than 20 languages in the city of New York. So it's something that we're happy to arrange. And then I'll leave the live legal info line number for you all to have in mind in case you come across somebody that may be experiencing discrimination, so that they can use that number and report the discrimination inquiry to the Commission on Human Rights. And that number is 212-416-0197. Again, that's 212-416-0197. My email is slopez@cchr.nyc.gov. Again, that's slopez@cchr.nyc.gov. If you'd like to reach out to me directly to request a workshop for any school that you either staff, or if you want us to present the human rights law to students and parent associations, that's something that I'm definitely very happy to coordinate. And please keep us in mind. Mi nombre es Amelis López y trabajo para la Comisión de los Derechos Humanos en la ciudad de Nueva York. Estoy basada en la oficina del Bronx, en la comisión. Nuestra misión como agencia es empoderar a todas las personas en los 5 condados de Nueva York para que reporten los actos de discriminación que tienen que ver con diferentes clases protegidas bajo de la ley, como la edad, la raza, el color, el estatus migratorio, tener un subsidio del gobierno para pagar la renta. Eso lo califica como una clase protegida debajo de la ley. El género, la orientación sexual, son todas clases protegidas debajo de la ley. Entonces, de nuevo, existimos como agencia para ayudar a todas las personas en Nueva York que reporten los actos de discriminación con la ciudad. Y le voy a dar el número de la infolínea que tenemos en la comisión para que la tengan en mente para que reporten los actos de discriminación. Y esa infolínea está conectada directamente con nuestro equipo legal, que existe para determinar si lo que se está presentando a la comisión es discriminación o no. Y ese número es el 212-416-0197. De nuevo, ese número es el 212-416-0197. Es bien importante que difundan la información de la existencia de nuestra agencia, porque mucha gente no sabe que existimos y que hay una agencia dedicada en la ciudad de Nueva York que protege los derechos humanos de las personas en los 5 condados. Así que no se olviden de nosotros, difundan la información en la comunidad. Si quieren una presentación en diferentes idiomas, en español, francés, otros idiomas, por favor comuníquense con nosotros. Mi correo electrónico es slopez@cchr.nyc.gov. Así que comuníquense conmigo o con la comisión en general y para adelante. Y espero que nos inviten para dar presentaciones a los niños en la escuela, a la asociación de padres y también a los maestros, para que todos estemos en la misma página en términos de lo que se trata los derechos humanos en la ciudad de Nueva York. Y muchas gracias por el espacio y espero que esta información haya sido beneficiosa para todos ustedes. Yeah, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to speak. I was just reinforcing everything that I said in English and letting people know that we exist as an agency to empower people to report discrimination inquiries and to definitely keep us in mind and invite us to different spaces that speak different languages, because language justice is really important to us. And as per local law 30, every city agency and services need to be provided in the main languages that New Yorkers speak in the city of New York.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lopez. Can you please put your information in the chat one more time? I think it got lost.
Yes, definitely. I'm gonna do that again, and I'm gonna post it in English and Spanish for people that don't know English in the chat.
Much for the information. The time is now 8:43. Is there any more public comments or questions? Any question for us? No? No questions in the chat? I know it's kind of overwhelming tonight. It's the first of the month, it's the first month, Jay. It's the first one, but they do give us a lot. Okay, well, it's 8:43. And someone please make a motion. Oh, gee. Okay. Vice President Hagan makes a motion to, Miss Alana first makes the motion to adjourn the calendar meeting of CEC 10 at 8:43, and Amy Desai VP has seconded that motion. And we'll be right back after these messages. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, District 10, Superintendent Hernandez. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, PS 81. We'll be right back within, I'm going to say about 10 minutes. Thank you.
Nothing has trickled down yet to even the holding grants, because there's going to be a lot of schools and lawsuits that be affected the judge. Be a Democrats and these it's just new grants.
Yes, there we go. Okay, Michelle, I think you can hear us now. Let me know if you can hear me. I know, okay, I'm gonna just quickly say, Ms. Emma Treasurer, so, from right now, is it better? From July up to January, Ms. Alana has been excused twice. I have, yes, in August and November, Angie was excused in November, Irene was excused in October, Yenny said was excused in August, Michelle, yeah, Michelle was excused in July, and today, Rita's here. Yeah, because those are the reimbursements, so that would be 125. Okay, so it's 1, 2, you did it 6 times already? Yeah, so that's 6. Michelle is July and today. Yeah. Maria Villalobos was August. We already did those. So you did those already. So where am I counting from? October?
Give me the names again. You said August and November was
August, I have Emma, Yenny, well, let's say July. Or you want August?
October and August was Yennefer.
I have for August, for the month of August, I have Emma, Yenny, Maria, and Kate. In October, I have Irina and Kate. Yes, we recounted. In November, I have Emma and Angie. And today, I have Michelle. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, what's that? How much we said, 11?
1125. And that's from reimbursements. ¿Qué pasó? You were saying when? I have here online. Yes, 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 yes. Here's the situation. If we don't move money today, then it will have to be moved in February, or we will have to have a special meeting to move those monies. Okay, look, I got November here. Will you say August? Okay, Lauren, I don't know if you have it, but we were just going down the line in regards to money being moved for tonight. And
You want the exact, I know it's a day in February. You want the exact date?
yeah,
Okay, give me a second. Let me look through my emails, but it is I think it's the end of February. I'm gonna give you an exact date.
Okay.
We'll verify this. 10.
So 12:50.
12:50.
And we're moving, that from reimbursements to
Yeah. Parent engagement.
I would say, parent engagement, which is that spring stuff.
Correct. The spring fling. We did not move any money in December because Emma was not prepared. Correct. You're right, Emma. Yeah, we had a two specialists.
Bernita, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, budget modifications have to be in by February 23rd. So we would have to do it before the next meeting.
Oh, okay. So we do have time?
Yes and no, we will have to do a special meeting in person to move that before the 23rd.
Also, I don't, the system slows down everybody. So if that system slows down and won't let me in, I can't put it in. So I think you guys should do it before then.
I would like to say that since there are a little bit discrepancies, can we be all in agreement in this discussion to, at least move $1,000 into parent engagement from reimbursement?
Lauren, are you still on?
someone has to make a motion.
I'm here.
Food, are we covered for the last two, I think, schools?
Emma, I didn't hear you. Can you say that again?
Are we covered for the food reimbursement to the end of June?
Reimbursements as far as your member reimbursements, yes. Food, no.
As well?
No, money needs to be moved into the food line.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you said food money, what?
Money needs to be moved until the food line.
Oh, it does, okay.
Yes, reimbursements, member reimbursements are fine. You guys don't have to touch that, but the food line needs money because I think you guys have I think 400 left. I think we said, Emma.
We need to move money in the food line. Okay. And that covers what, the next 2 or 3 meetings?
2 meetings.
2 meetings?
Yes, that only covers 2 meetings.
200 or 235? So it would 500 be sufficient?
500
Give me a second.
for reimbursements and also reimbursements. So 500. So I make a motion to $500 from reimbursements to parent engagement, and $500 from reimbursements to.
I'll move. Yana says second is the motion.
So we moved $1,000 now.
One. Yes.
Everyone in agreement?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's call your name. Y'all say yea or nay.
Can you repeat what we're moving?
Yes.
Do you want me to repeat?
Yes, please.
We're moving $500 for reimbursements to parent engagement and $500 for food. Oh, no, $500 for reimbursements to food. So $1,000 total is coming out of reimbursements, and we're splitting it, 500 for food, 500 for parent engagement.
Great. Okay, roll call vote. Emma Lana? Angie? Yes. Okay, Irina? Yes. Yanisette? Erica? Bernita? Yes. Amy? Yes. Guerrero? Maria? Yes. Kate? Yes. Wonderful. One band. Move from reimbursements 500 into 500 into food and another 500 into parent engagement. Wonderful. Okay, next. Ms. Emma, are you content?
Yes, I'm happy.
Very good. Yes, I just want to quickly state that we all know about the town hall. Please be advised of all the upcoming meetings and check in with Nicole, our liaison. She's going to keep us updated. I'm sorry I didn't introduce you to everybody that was here. Please forgive me. You did it yourself. Thank you so much. Thank you, Charisma, for also being here and helping our parents. I just want to also quickly that Lauren and I was working on the spring fling. And the spring fling, once this town hall meeting is done, we can move to the spring fling in March. And I have proposed of the date, we can speak more about that at the 25 meeting date. And the invoices for those are already allocated. So we on the money, we just need to work on the program. We're just gonna keep the same vendors for that we was gonna do for Winterfest. And I also wanna say that we might have some money left over to do probably one more. And I want Guerrero to help me or help us spearhead that. I'm trying to figure out to do a father. I think that's a Father's Day kind of event with the kids. So that's something we could talk later down. Because I want us to do something for the dads in the community. Or the dad figures, correct. Yes, correct. See, you want to say something?
¿Cómo estamos pensando a ver si podemos realizar el torneo de dominó con nuestros padres? Como la madre
So we've been working, actually has been thinking about it. He did a survey to parents or to fathers about, and this is perfectly because he said that he actually came up with a domino tournament. and even if mothers want to join, it's good, but he said that can be not.
Fuego, I love it.
Okay, if everybody is content with our meeting, our next check-in will be with Face in February. Don't forget the DLT meeting, also in February, February 6th. And someone please make a motion to adjourn. Okay, it's 9:20 p.m. Amy Tsai makes the motion, who seconds that motion? And Emma Alana seconds that motion. Thank you so much, everyone online. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Carissa. Thank you, Superintendent. Thank you, PS81. Good night.